Hi everybody, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. It is March 17, 2019. Please bear with me, I just got back from a jog and it's been a long day. The energies are very strong today. And although I was good all day, I actually was reading for hours today because I had one major download come in and then a lot of other stuff came in. So I have the Divine Masculine read for you as well as some of the stuff I got on the download, but I'm going to go into a more specific video as well on that. But I'm also very tired because I was watching Jane Austen's book club last night, and right towards the end of the movie, around 10:30, my twins' sexual energy came in a very specific way. And so, of course, you know, when you feel it initially, you're very happy because your twin's connecting. I mean, I feel my twin every day in a loving way, but not the sexual energy. It hasn't come around in a while. And so when it hit me when I was watching this movie, in the middle of the emotions of the movie, of course it made me cry. Because I don't want to feel like I'm having sex with someone who's married or having sex with someone else, or I don't even know what he's doing. I don't know if he's married or not married, or if he was ever married and he was lying to me. So it was, you know, it took me back a little bit into the old feelings, you know, and I don't want to feel like the victim anymore. And it's just hard when you have energy pulling you back into feeling like you're having sex with someone when you're not volunteering to do it. And you all know what I'm talking about. So that's all I'm going to say about that. I love my twin, but I don't want to feel that feeling anymore. So I'm just putting it out there for anyone who's willing to listen. Alright, so the read was done at 12:45 today. Again, it is 17 of the star, and where are we? We must be at 9, 10, 12, 15, 25, 32. We're at 32, which is the Six of Wands, which is that journey card. The guy is coming in with the good news, on a mission, coming home from war. It can be getting attention, and it can be successful. It could be leading the way. So it has all of these energies to it, along with the star. So it's very much about shining your light and allowing your light to shine no matter what. And these energies today, but they're very strong right now. So everyone, take a deep breath, including myself. The read was done. I put the Syrian Starseed deck out, the main read, at 12:12, and it finished at 12:45. And the only major arcana that came up today was Starseed, which is the Fool in the traditional deck. There were 4 pentacles, 2 wands, and 4 cups. I wanted to mention last night too that I felt like my twin was drinking because I got really woozy. Between the sexual energy was coming in for me. If you guys want to share about any energy that may have been coming up for you last night, it's probably started around 10:30, 11. It might have been before that, but I wasn't paying attention. And then the wooziness started up around 11:30 midnight, so I was feeling like my twin was drunk or doing something anyway, Saturday night. So, excuse me. I have some sage going here to clear, so if you see any smoke going by. And so if you want to share any of your stuff, it was just 3:33. So if you want to share any of your stuff, please do below. I appreciate it. It helps other people who may be going through this, who feel alone or don't know what it is and they're scared. You know, please let them know that you're out there and that you support them. The Starseed was the only major arcana, like I said. The Fool, taking a leap of faith. There were 4 pentacles, 2 wands, and 4 cups. The court cards here were a lot of court cards coming up. Queen of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, King of Wands, Page of Pentacles, King of Cups, and then the before the read card was the King of Swords, and the after the read card was the Page of Swords. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 court cards. And then the Starseed, which is the Fool, who could be another person altogether. So a lot of energy for the masculine around them. So whether it was some kind of party last night, which definitely felt drinking going on last night, or today, or family stuff today, there was a lot of people around the masculine. The coding, though, was all about abundance. It was just 444, 333, 444, okay? And so important today that you guys understand abundance is A-bun dance. And B-U-N is an indicator of urea being flushed out of your body, right? It's your digestive tract or your urinary system taking all the crap out of your body, right? So the BUN is like a clearing indicator, right? It's letting for the actual blood test is for your kidneys, is letting you know whether or not it's going through you or staying in your kidneys, how well your kidneys are functioning. So it's the same in the journey. It's the dance, the BUN dance, the clearing, transmutation dance between the two of you. And that's what the abundance is, the dance. It's always about the dance. So this is important and where I'm going. The codes were all around abundance today. The numbers were 1, 3, 6, 10, which is that high vibration trill, 33, 13, 36, and 424. And the code was simply support I, self. Ace, clearing, abundance. Ace being a wise empress. Okay, and this is the coding under the masculine's read. Okay, so it's about supporting yourself, and through your supporting you support your twin. Like I'm supporting myself. If the masculine supports himself, then he at the same time supports his twin. Okay, so it's about telling the masculine, support I, self. Ace, clearing any issues about abundance. Ace, your wise empress, allowing yourself to feel deserving of being the empress, and that your twin is deserving of being the empress. Good at balancing and sharing, being good at balancing and sharing. And then Pi came up again, and so this took me on a whole journey. Pi and abundance. All right, and also the symbol for me, T, which is the toggle or the anchor. So along my journey, there's been many letters and signs that Spirit has given me as to mean certain things, like N is Jesus for me, also EN, because EN spells N, basically, so that's code Jesus for me. So when specific letters or combinations of letters come up, I am triggered to understand what it is. And so they piece things together, like they gave me information the other day so that I can know what they're trying to tell me today for you. So, by the way, since 333 and 444 came up in the timer, numerology cards that I pulled for myself just before I started the read were 77 and 88, which were, I'm sorry, not for myself, it was for the read. They're spirituality and abundance, which are 77 and 88. So, Pi comes up here again, and it's all about abundance and clearing and supporting self. Loving yourself first, and being abundant, being good at balancing and sharing. Pie, share pie with someone. Give a piece of your pie to someone else, a piece of yourself. Share yourself. So then I was getting like this direction to go with the pie, okay? Because there's more about pie they want to tell me. A pie is flaky crust. It's dry and beige on the outside, but on the inside, it's fruity and squishy. It's multifaceted and sweet. It's good to eat together, though. The contrast between them makes them one. 2 sticks in one. 2 sticks, 2 sticks, 2 sticks in one. What's 2 sticks in one? 2 sticks in one is pie. Okay? Double mint gum. And I was getting double as twins, mint as fresh, and gum as chewy, which was funny because my son's nickname, Chew, keeps coming up. It's come up several times in the past week. So double mint gum is coming up as twins, fresh, and chewy. And then I was getting they're fresh and chewy, they're gum, because it lasts longer. It's the glue. The chewy part is the glue that keeps them together. All right? And don't forget, everyone always says that gum lasts 7 years in your stomach when you're young, right? That don't eat your gum. Your mom always tells you it'll take 7 years to get rid of it. And notice that's 7. So the two sides of the same coin comes up again in your connection. The reason pi was coming up in the first place is it had 2 T's. All right, there's 2 T's. I want to get you to get a visual so you know where I'm going. 2 T's came up in the read, and so TT is pi. So if you put 2 T's together, you get pi. But pi officially also has that little comma on the end of the one T. So, so now we have TT. I'm writing down the symbols. Two sides of the same coin, all right? So pi is also the circle with the line through it, okay? And pi can be PI, but it's also pi in the Greek alphabet, PHI, okay? So T and T is also temper tantrum. It's also two anchors, because like I said, T for me is a toggle. So it can be two anchors, it can be pi with the line on top, it can be temper tantrum, okay? And you notice that temper tantrums is on the one extreme and anchor is the other. Also, when I brought up, you know, drawing outside the lines, don't stay within the lines, let yourself go outside the lines, because just like your aura, your auric field, it, just like the pi is like this, the line actually goes outside the circle on either end. It's showing, it's representative of the energy field, not just your physical body, but your energy field extends beyond your physical body. So to draw outside the lines, it was just 11-11. Now remember that I told you the line in the pi represents the chakra system, your third eye and your chakra system, and above your head as well, okay? The circle represents source energy. This is source energy, everything, right? And this is the human body containing source energy, okay? And then this is the chakra system, okay? So you got the body, source, and the chakra system, okay? So one half of that circle is masculine, one half is feminine, and like I say, pi is the integration of the masculine and feminine within, at 0 point, down the middle. So, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything from that page. And as I started getting this idea, it was 101, by the way. So, temper tantrum. When connecting two anchors is the TT. So when you are connected, when you're grounded and connected with source, you are the two anchors. When you are not, TT, temper tantrum, okay? So the space between the words, that's the glue that keeps it together. Give each other space, space invaders, and don't always need to say, sometimes silence is golden. If you have nothing nice to say, isn't that what we were always told? Then don't say it at all. So this is not always correct, because you need to stand in your truth. You don't have to be mean to anyone. As long as you're being truthful and authentic, there's nothing wrong with you saying something kindly to someone. And if they get triggered by it, then that's their wound then to clear. That's the dance, okay? Go back and forth. It's not about reacting, but you can respond. It's about grounding and integrating, and then anchoring. So if you have the temper tantrum, pull yourself back, forgive yourself for having a temper tantrum, and then ground and integrate, anchor down, so that you can connect again. So, then I was writing everything about pi. And I don't know if you can see my notes so well, but I want to show you just so you have a visual, because otherwise you may not understand where I'm going. All right, so these are all the symbols across the top of pi. Okay, my notes are all just what I was reading to you. So pi is PI. It's also that symbol, 2 lines down and a line across with a little connection at the bottom there. It's also the circle with a line through it. It's also PHI. It's also 3.14. So where it was taking me was that if you take pi, P-I, the word, and I'll go into this more in detail in something else, but if you take the word P-I and you merge them together, you literally get a circle on top with a dot in it, and then the one line and the two, you get the 2 lines below, because it's not, the P is not integrated, it's not balanced, it's not 0 point, right? It's the circle with the line on the one side. If the circle was here, it would be at least aligned, but it still needs to be here to be pi, to be in perfect alignment, right? So the P is out of alignment. But if you bring the I, the small I, and the P together, it puts the dot inside of the I. All right, this is you in your body. The dot in the middle is your third eye, okay? Then you have, once the line comes into integration, you have one line below the third eye. This is the chakra system. So you have an eye with the dot is the third eye, and then the line below is your chakra system. And that can be represented by itself by the lowercase I as well. So then how does the PHI work into this? Well, it doesn't matter which way it's spelled, because H is 44. It's two 4s sitting on top of each other, which I told you already is the lower energy of the 8 of the infinity. Okay, kind of grounding us down to earth. And then the 3.14, I got into that as well. 3 is of expression and abundance. And then you have the 1 of I and self, of course, the 1. And then you have the 4 of patience, higher love, balance, and emotions. The space, or the dot, the decimal point, is the space, the quantum leap between them. So then it was relating pi to, this is what I'm going to do this in another installment where I get into details so you understand, because it's hard to follow me. But it was also relating pi to the cross, and how you see the T or the anchor is like this, which is correct because you have alignment here, and this is support. Okay, it's an anchor. It anchors something in, whether it's up or down, it doesn't matter. It anchors. This is half of an H, right? It's an anchor. So this anchor and half of an H anchors to the other H. But the cross is not an anchor. It is here. Instead of anchoring in the source energy, it's the false light anchoring in a division of the head and the body, so that your third eye is not connected to what you feel. Okay? So the body is energy, right? And then you have the head and the energy, and then you have the line across, which is the support system. So the cross is coming up here as the false pi, because even if you have two T's like that, it's still misaligned, because it's cutting it off at the head, okay? Energetically speaking. So let me go on a little bit more. If that comes up again, it will. If not, I'll go into it more in detail, because there's more about it that comes up. The cross is false light, because instead of the support system being across the top with the divine masculine, divine feminine shown, it pretends to be as one energetically, but gives support at the neck, separating the head from the body, cutting off the third eye from feeling, and then you can't connect with your higher self. The pi, with the two lines, the two T's, and the support on both, and then the connection on the one leg, is the divine masculine, the divine feminine, source support, and then below is the connection. Okay, very important, because everything is about pi here. So then I was getting I did a whole much more stuff about pi, which like I said, I'm going to do in more detail, because it can get very confusing if I don't write it down and go step by step. But then I was getting from source, once I was going finishing through pi, that P equals 9, because P reflects to a 9, and 9 is supposed to be universal consciousness, oneness, the hermit, that kind of thing. And so I was wondering how the P fits into all this. Well, if you put the P and the 9 together merging, which P and 9 are polarization, okay? They're misaligned on the outer of both humans. So you have a human here and a human here. One is polarized this way, the other one's polarized this way. So the P equaling the 9 and merging the two, coming together like this, then this with a circle in between. So what does that remind you of? It's polarization, but then I was given the safety pin. So picture a safety pin. The bottom circle, and you notice there's always two loops down there, not one. One is the divine feminine, one is the divine masculine. This is a safety pin. The safety pin holds tension between them to pull the other side in connection. One is grounded, so the side that's attached is grounded, going out. One is grounded, and then the other side goes out and in, okay? The Divine Masculine is the outer here, grounded, and the Divine Feminine is the innie, right? Just like the penis is the connection, the outer, and the vagina pulls in, okay? Coming to a head, and no jokes about that, but literally, coming to a head then seals the deal, that's divine timing, to perpetually dance, ground, and integrate. The pin, I'm not going to go into how I got to the 9. I will with the pi stuff. But 3 of the pi, the 3.14, if you leave out the I in the 3.14, it's not pi anymore because there's no I. There's no loving yourself first. There's no connection to source. So if you just add the 3 and the 4, or merge the 3 and the 4 without the I, what happens? You have 7 or 9. All right? You have 7 of the calm before the storm, the quiet, the hurt, really, it's the hermit without being wise, okay? The 7, because it's the quiet, the spirituality. And then the 9 is the end. It's compassion, but it's the end, right? And we already talked about this, that there is no end. And we're coming up on 2121. That we're ever expanding. There is no end. So if there's no I, there's no loving yourself first, there's no connection with source, and you put together the 3 and 4 of pi, you get 7 if you add them, you get 9 if you merge them together. The quiet and the ending, compassion, but missing the juicy center. When you skip out on the best part, the I, to become the 8. Because if you add I, 3, and 4 in their square forms like on the clock, it becomes the 8. It's full. Okay? It's complete with the 8. So without the I, there's no 8, and the pot of gold, the 79, is a pipe dream, unless you have clarity between you and balance. 0-point understanding. 2 holes come together to dance. Perpetual movement around 0 point. The space between the words, quantum, vortex. Perpetual pull, tension around a vacuum. That's what a cyclone is. It's perpetual tension creating a vacuum in the center. The Divine Masculine must ground the housing before they start vacuuming. You like that? Before vacuuming can begin, which then sucks up all the dirt. The earth is the housing, the grounding, the safety connection. The Divine Feminine is sharpest when connecting to the central sun. Energy when then transferred to Divine Masculine in circular motion when he grounds and pulls her in. As the vacuum weakens, the Divine Feminine must go out grocery shopping again. Okay? So this is the safety pin. All right. So you got the masculine and the feminine. This is the bottom of the safety pin. There's always 2 loops at the bottom of the safety pin to make it strong, right? Then the part that's secured to the housing up here, okay, which is like earth. This is the housing. The masculine grounds the masculine and feminine to the earth, the housing up here. The line over here that's free, that goes out and in with the point on it, that's really sharp, connects with the etheric to the central sun, okay? But the masculine's pull, that energetic pull, pulls her back in, okay? Once he gets grounded by the energy, she brings in, this is the point of the pin. I should get a pin, but I don't have one right in front of me. Do I? No. All right. So the sharp part of the pin when it's out is the Divine Feminine connecting with the central sun, pulling in that psychic energy, pulling it through her, goes down to the bottom of the pin, through her circle, and then through the masculine circle. That's how he gets his energy. Then it feeds up to him. He is the static piece on the pin, the grounding mechanism that grounds to the housing up top here, or on this side. All right, so this is the housing. So when he's strong, when he becomes strong from the energy she has supplied and cleared for him, this creates a vacuum and pulls her back in. So once she's done all this work, he becomes strong and the pin comes back in. Okay? He's the connection from the 2 of them to the housing. She's the connection to source. Okay? That comes back in. And if you see a pin, the solid part is the Divine Masculine. The other part that goes out and in is the feminine. See the V of vagina. Okay? So you got a penis and a vagina. Okay? It was just 2442. How perfect is that? So 24 is the Queen of Wands, and the 42 is the 2 of Cups. So this is the process, just like I showed you with the spiraling before. You know, this spiraling. You know, you manifest, and then you have the fall of the purge. You integrate. I forget the 4 again, but you know, I gave you the cycle of the energetic circles. You know, you're always going up and then back again, because that's how the energy works, in circles and loops. It's not because you're falling back in your old ways. This is the way it is. You learn, and then you have to come back a little bit to integrate what you've learned. And then it pulls back up in order to learn something else. So the same thing as energy is coming up around the pin. The feminine, here I'll show you the picture of the pin. Lift my little drawings on, I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Okay, so there's the pin. Okay, you have the masculine and feminine together. The feminine with the pin open collects the energy, her psychic energy from the central sun, brings it down into her loop and loops around into the divine masculine, since you're connected, and comes back up as him, as the stability anchoring to the housing over here, and then creating a vacuum, right, that cyclone that pulls that pin back in. Okay, and then the cycle starts over again. And so I'm going to read this to you again now that I've explained that to you. The 2 holes come together to dance, perpetual movement around 0 point, the space between the words, quantum, vortex, the perpetual pull, the tension around a vacuum, the vortex, okay? Just imagine you're inside of a cyclone. The divine masculine must ground the housing. He must ground the housing, attach that housing, before the vacuuming can begin inside, which sucks up all the dirt. The earth is the housing, the grounding, and the safety connection. Divine feminine, the sharpest part, when connecting to the central sun, then energy is transferred to the divine masculine in circular motion until he grounds and then pulls her in. As the vacuum weakens, the divine feminine then loosens up again. She falls out of the vacuum and goes back to the sun to collect more energy. And this is where, as the vacuum weakens, the divine feminine then must go out grocery shopping again. They need their food. Okay, how cool is that? So, new life. Diamond in the rough. And by the way, the underlying energies were just Sagittarius upright, Gemini upright, Aries, Pisces, not sure which direction, and then Taurus was also upright. And a new life for the masculine, the diamond in the rough, inspired by commitment. The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups are sitting back to back, aligning energies of the King of Swords' logical mind. The King of Swords has been hiding under a bushel, ready for a new life that needs work or polishing. Or the Knight of Cups is aligned with the Queen of Cups and bring their energy forward together to a marriage with a child, who now helps him propose an idea to the child's mother to resolve the commitment issues, but the Queen of Wands turns the other way. So it's coming up like the masculine was able to bring his divine feminine into the situation and have, with the child's help, try to connect the karmic to cooperate. Okay? So brain wars, holding on to his truth or her truth adamantly. That's that brain wars, because you're at war with yourself, circling in your head, right? It causes a walking away. A child partying after a fight with their parent, or slave driver or owner. All right, so it could be your parent you're fighting with, or it could be your slave driver or owner, which could be your ball and chain, your partner, or it could be a parent of the masculine as well. Someone partied last night, feeling free as a bird, with a bag and a flower in hand, back toward the sun, arrogantly walking away as the Queen of Wands looks the other way, happy with her herbs, pictures, designs, and black cat. The divine masculine making sure that the coast was all clear, standing in his truth before softening up to go within, possibly a walk in the mountains to find his inner child and deal with his immature emotions, or maybe with a child, or after fallout with a child or childish partner, finding space between them, taking his affections elsewhere where he can be appreciated. Ready to leap with a loyal friend, the karmic Queen of Wands can have her parties and friends and her gossip. It's like the masculine's walking away from all that. And then for some reason, Hava Nagila and also Do-Si-Do were coming up. So there may have been referencing the different kind of parties that were happening this weekend. So there could be some kind of Jewish service or a wedding, that kind of thing, or also Do-Si-Do, like square dancing. Could just be a party in general, could be a kid's party, as well as someone practicing their dance in the mirror before a show. Peace and pink and yellow, soft colors. Your mother can take you to your dance or competition today. I was getting someone, like a masculine, saying, no, I'm not doing it. Like maybe a masculine who does it all the time is putting their foot down and saying, no, your mother can do it. Or if the kids are just being greedy about things, they're saying no. They're just putting their foot down. The Queen of Wands coming up here reversed in the underlying energy with the Queen of Swords reversed. Looks like they're like tiptoeing, sneaking around, doing something together. Sneaking around, being sneaky and not talking about it. Possibly two kids sneaking out of the Divine Masculines, or a karmic and friend or sister-in-law telling half-truths about how they spent their lover's savings, or the masculine. And here was coming up that if not both of them, at least the karmic was coming up as lovers who are all about money, or this could be literally a Gemini who's all about money. Okay? But the affection here was, there was no love affection here. The affection was all about money for either just the Queen of Wands or for both the Queen of Wands and the Divine Masculine. She is coming up as having scammed him or allowing the kids to be too free, spending all his money on them and letting them drink and have parties. Or the karmic is daddy's girl and she's been cut off and free, so spent her partner's money, the Divine Masculine, on a girl's trip or on another party or at a shopping spree. Lovers grounding and saving. No more charity. Someone's putting their foot down. Engagement came up here as the underlying energy, but before the engagement was releasing his ex. Karmic may have had a female lover and sneaking around, spending his money with her. Which, you know, that could, you know, what a betrayal is that, where someone's having an affair right under your nose, like it could be your best friend who's over the house all the time and them having an affair, and I know that this happened to someone I know, so it does happen. And what a betrayal, you know, stab in the heart that is. And then spending all his money while they're there, you know, having an affair the whole time. Harsh truth of the third party at home. Rehabs, prisons, and hospitalizations come up again. Olive branch extended to bridge gap and space between the words. The Emperor is thinking of old-fashioned romance, allowing his bride, the light, to come in. Burning the past openly to make room for the new growth, and a smushy middle, which was referencing back to what I was talking about before. And then I noticed the Y. I'd never noticed this before. In the, do I have that card out? Yeah, in this card, I never noticed, like, burning the past. See the Y there? I never noticed that before. So two bodies in the Christ consciousness, because it's not only fire, but it's like showing two people in the light, in a brick oven or brick house with a toggle, which is at a dead end. Burning the past openly to make room for the new growth, and a smushy middle. Blueberry branch across two twisted angels, one with dark green solid leaves and the other soft petals and fragile. The one closer to the trunk, house or family, and the other farther away makes them stronger, right? Because they never had all that support. They had to do things on their own. Him wanting to ground her with twisted supports all around them, but only healthy connection is between the two of them, not all of them. Fruit, red and white, and light blue stone, cold peacock blue seal or crest, some burns perhaps from the past accident. Violin music, a cross, bow, roses all over, red and light blue ornamentation. One last thought, abuse or bliss before he burns the past altogether. So it's like one last thought of the Emperor. Do I really want to stay and live in abuse or bliss? Like, where's the choice here? Right? There is no choice, but they're so used to living in abuse that that's the only way maybe they can have sex or get aroused. But those are some of the energies that come up there. But he's taking that final look back and saying, no, that's really not what I want. I want bliss. Which is good, because that means they're growing. Alright, so self-love comes up as 61, which is the risk, 7 of Swords, and also financial discipline, even more than that, 48, which is that walking away or going within. You know, time to ground and integrate. Leave behind that which no longer serves. And it was just 34, 43. 34 is the 8 of Wands. It is a heated exchange. It can be expressing your passionate feelings. It's the arrows of love. Also can be a very heated exchange, all right, so of anger. But I'm sorry, 34 and then 43. I was forgetting where I got the 34 from. 43 is the Three of Cups then, of coming together, and it's supposed to be of joy and of socializing and parties and everything like that, but it can also lead to gossip, obviously, when you bring three together, okay? That's the expansion. So then the Page of Wands is reversed, facing the Queen of Cups reversed. His boyish sexual frustration, her crying from him taking advantage of her, walking away or within at the full moon or at night, or standing upon his domain with one cup and one wand looking out at the world, right? So when he's walked off and he's by himself trying to think what's best for him. 2 feathers in his cap. And then I was getting she's like the wind. Flowing away at night, staying warm in blue and white, with moonlight shining in, through the garden growth outside her window, surrounded in things she loves. Music and blue lights from the clock, and electronics all around, iPad, and eyes watching. Always moving towards peace, towards him. This is the masculine seeing this, okay? He looks for inspiration after causing her to cry. He thinks of a boat, brown with gold and utter, where there are frogs in the grass, and ballrooms and lace golden curtains, a private place where the frog can become the prince, when Jupiter and Sagittarius are in perfect alignment, fires lit and water connecting their spirits, that he must show emotions for her fire to be lit. And once that happens, the frog gets his kiss. And then watch out, all hell breaks loose. Bliss. And then instead of crook and gold digger, they were making a funny, I was getting croak and gold digger, or croak and gold dagger, which is Excalibur. Frog and Excalibur. The prince and the princess. And S is Sophia, but ESS for princess. Prince and princess, ESX. Excalibur, social security. Feminine truth expressing her nature to her masculine, the sun. Okay? So it's the earth mother and the sun. Okay? So that was kind of cool how that came together. Excalibur is the E, and then SS for social security. Literally, that the truth, Excalibur, is your security socially. Right? Because Excalibur is X, is the feminine. Caliber is truth. Her caliber, her worth, is her truth. Social is expressing. And security is her nature. Mother Earth is your security. Alright? So Excalibur, social security, feminine truth, expressing her nature to her sun. The frog lays in waiting in order to pounce. And by the way, all the signs came up here. Pisces upright, Cancer reversed. A lot of Cancer reversed in this read. Aries upright, Capricorn upright, Gemini possibly upright, not sure which direction it was. It's not, Gemini wasn't very well represented in the read. It was mostly in the underlying energy upright, but then it wasn't really much in the rest of the read. Sagittarius was upright, Virgo upright and reversed, Leo upright and reversed, so it could be upright and reversed in one person or two separate people. Scorpio the same, upright and reversed, Libra upright, Taurus upright, Aquarius upright. Okay, so mostly reversed was Cancer. A lot of Cancer reversed. So that can represent the disease Cancer as well. So somebody might be dealing with Cancer. At 3:21, the frog lays in waiting to pounce. The frog who turns into a prince. The patience of the lovers and the Queen of Wands' new life. Engagement to follow with new passion and growth with self-love. Recently, for the masculine, the Knight of Wands, who's also the Knight of Swords, it's just showing his passionate movement. They're both hiding from their flame. Dysfunctional family, or that they've lost money. And or destitute and or abandoned. This is how he's feeling. Presently grieving loss of family connections and or money. Okay? Being patient angel for his new life, the karmic gets the child and he a new wife. He may be grieving the loss of his inner child who needs his mommy, and that's what he's because now that he's all grown up, right? So where he started out the journey as the Page of Cups or the Page of Wands, either way, he's growing up, right? So now that he's no longer his inner child, he may be grieving the loss of that inner child that he's held all his life, who needs his mommy and depends on his mommy. So he may have very much had that dynamic with his karmic of the mommy, whether she was a coddling mommy or an abusive mommy. So that's neglect and abuse, okay? That's the template here. Now that he's all grown up, he may be mourning his inner child, no longer needing his mother's permission, or a karmic who treats him like her little boy, coddling or demanding, passive-aggressive or abusive. The foundation here is the Queen of Cups, not in her power after falling last night, like I cried because I felt the sexual energy come in, crying when the King of Wands reverse came in for sexual gratification, who was probably drunk. Centrally, a bomb drops in the middle of this read for the masculine, a fresh new start awakened to deception and negative self-talk in a bold move to exit stage left, leaving the BS behind and waking up another, if she'll have him, not knowing what to say, feeling shy like a little boy under the full moon, seeing reflections of the truth come to light, his superhero ways to intimidate, and his Robin Hood holier-than-thou Don Juan manipulations to offer something healthy once he's got them under his spell to make money. No one ever said he wasn't smart. Surely his perspective was not the same as this one. He may have had the best of intentions. The challenge being balance and sharing, healing and being patient, waiting to be recharged. All right, think of the safety pin. It's 4144, which is the Ace of Cups, and mastering your energies. So healing and being patient, he's waiting to be recharged. Think of the pin where he's got to wait for the feminine to get recharged to end, for the circular energy to come back to him so he can then ground and pull her back in, okay? So the reboot of energy sent by the feminine. But remember, he can't do any of that until he's got housing, until he's grounded. He thinks of a father who may have passed. Maybe there will be money in that, needing to heal his Scrooge ways, or just holding on too tight, with lover, wounded warrior, who's also probably guarded to him with anything that she might own. He may make an offer based on getting his hands on some money. Family drinking at the full moon may reflect back to him. There may be two offers now for the feminine. Crowning in the now moment is the Knight of Cups wave of emotion. Happy on his own, expressing feelings at home or union about loss of money or status, and juggling the rainbow, showing his low vibrations openly and focusing his high vibrations to manifest his pot of gold, the money. Either holding back passion or planning a one-night stand, or meaning to rush in but then conks out in the end. Using patience to balance and redistribute energies. Ungrounded at home with possibly bad kids or issues from the past preventing work or movement forward for him. But it's also allowing him a time to be still, which wakes up, of course, your connection, as you feminines all know. The Knight of Cups, Magician, Devil, Capricorn, King of Wands is coming up here as an emotion, as a tidal wave of emotions in this offer of love. The Magician and his sexual energy coming out. His Capricorn Devil, the King of Wands, right? The man of passion. All right, so that was confirming the sexual energies coming out in the masculine, that maybe he can't always control it. The King of Wands manifesting as Aries Capricorn, waving hello to Virgo Hermit, wondering where her flame went. Or that's just waving hello to himself, if you know what I mean. And he's got Virgo Hermit energies in himself, wondering where his flame went. Well, he's thinking about a date to talk, maybe a kiss to break the ice, and an offer of something healthy, simple, an offer to help or work, or an invitation to a family party at the full moon, to expose the horny devil, or the Capricorn Sagittarius female karmic drinker or snob who's very conceited. Or the divine masculine is just going through, there's a confirmation right there. Or the divine masculine going through options on how to approach her, So he's just going through all these things in his mind. It doesn't have to be something playing out. It could just be all of the scenarios, just like the feminine has all these scenarios going on in her mind because they don't know the truth. They know, but they don't know details, right? So it's the same way for the masculine. He's going through all these scenarios of how to do this, how to offer, or is this really happening, or is this happening? You know, it's all the same thing. A new divine masculine going through his options on how to approach her. A new start for the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups in a bold move of some kind, exposing the devil karmic and her destiny of fame, or infamous anyway. She may drink and get drunk and take her top off all over town, or with around everyone. She doesn't care. And I can believe that because my mother would walk around naked in front of anyone. So out on the town with her friends. So she may drink also and just go out on the town with her friends, flirting with everyone. Or she goes, or I'm just saying everywhere she goes. Okay. Or she's just very elitist with depression and or drinking issues or sex issues, or like I said, there could be a coven where someone's doing spells and they have spell issues. They're addicted to casting spells on people. Or she has sex issues and him drinking issues. One or both show-offs, or conceited, which everyone knows shows insecurity and or makes the other insecure. Playing jealousy games, both getting offers from other people as a competition of sorts to get back at each other, or because they are not aroused by love for each other anymore. So they have to fight in order to get aroused. So soon, the King of Wands, shaman, with justice and or divorce. So this doesn't have to be the masculine. It can represent an aspect of him, but it's really not coming up specifically as him. It can be several people in this read. So soon this King of Wands shaman comes up here with justice. So it could be someone he's fighting in a court battle. It can be a divorce. So this can be him in the divorce. It could be represent someone in the divorce he's dealing with. Or it could represent betrayal or in back pain, transformation finally here. That the death walk has been very slow and painful, but now it is final. Both finally transforming and allowing this change. Okay, so whether it was divorce in court, or some kind of suit in court, or a battle with the family in court, it was a slow death march, but now it's finally final, and the masculine is now being allowed to completely transform, as opposed to that resistance energy of the death card reversed. Working in separation, being patient with kids, if they have them, and messages with family, so being patient with everyone around them and their money situation. Father-in-law, someone may have passed, a grandfather, uncle, or judge even was coming up. Maybe one who abused the divine masculine is now finally done and over with, and the masculine no longer has to live with that energy. Or aligning with heartbreak of the angel, and now resonating with a message about her dead relative, or waiting patiently for an inheritance to come in. He's coming up as seeing himself as the Three of Cups. But it's coming up as the reversed energy in a split, divided, without attention, feeling like a failure. Planning on retirement, though, or leaving a job. It could have been like a party where they were leaving a job or closing a business or retiring. Could be any of those things. Or overworking to align but can't focus, so that his plan isn't working and he's losing money. The romance angel cards here were coming up. Keep an open mind. Like your partner may differ than what you're used to. Religious factors comes up here again. Doesn't have to be religion. It can be any differences, cultural, age, whatever it is. Romantic feelings comes up also here around him, or how he is seen, is the Trinity card, the Three of Pentacles. Now it's now over, and that's very much about the workplace, or if you have a family business, it definitely represents that. Trinity now over, the family cycle done. And the Ten of Cups reverse was coming up on here. Letting go of the attachments no longer for his highest good. Gossips and overindulging, all dumped in the aftermath of third party and or an end of family and or family business. Clear blocks of abilities and opportunities for the masculine. Don't let what your karmic has told you in the past to bring you down continue. Okay? Leo or ego, or strong dreams of fame that is draining and dumping that connection. All right, so it's coming up as the masculine, dumping This Leo ego dreams of fame energy that may have been his karmic or him, could be either. But now letting go of whoever was draining him by pulling down his worth, telling him that he wasn't good enough for that, or he couldn't do that, you know. You can do anything you want to. It doesn't matter how good you are. It has to do with what you love and what your passion is. There will be some avenue that you can succeed in what you love. Don't let that Leo or ego convince you that you're worthless. That's how they kept you down in the first place and kept you in. Abundance came up here in the numerology deck, but even more so spirituality for the masculine. Having discussions about cuts and magnetizing and money. So this could definitely be about around how he's going to go forward with work, or at his workplace, how they're going to go to the next level. About cutbacks and magnetizing, how to bring in the money, okay, and how to separate assets. So this is also talking about divorce. The King of Cups, destined for fame, leaving a couple different energies were coming up here. It was very dense here at the end. The King of Cups doesn't have to be the masculine too. King of Cups often in my reads comes up as a father or boss or some kind of energy like that, like a King of Cups who has Leo and or Aquarius in their energy. Here it was coming up as Cancer though as well, and Cancer came up for that as well. And he's the King of Cups, so it definitely can be a Cancer energy. But the King of Cups destined for fame, leaving behind a group. So it could be Leo Cancer combination was coming up. A Capricorn Don Juan type person was coming up. Sagittarius alcoholic was coming up, who's always on the prowl. Behind, he's like the King of Cups, leaving those three behind who've been holding him back, stressed about synchronicities or what to offer his new love. So I mean, it can represent the masculine as well, so that she won't feel that he is. It's going the Matthew going through the Matthew. Oh, that's my son, and he's definitely divine masculine. So it's like the masculine going through all these options of how does it come forward to divine masculine. Like, what will she accept that won't make her believe that she's now settling? Okay, because that's come up a lot in the reads, right? So he's stressed about all the synchronicities coming in and what to offer, so that she won't refuse him. The King of Cups with news of a message or child. Addiction. There could be addiction to money, you know, to making money, and or playing ball. You know, that the high from the competition, defeat, all that kind of stuff, or literally playing sports. The addiction to the money and or sports stuff like ball. The Sagittarius drinker coming out, or a Virgo is coming out about their drinking and or potions, or their Don Juan ways, or just a Leo, Capricorn, or Sagittarius, or Pisces, Cancer, and kids all around him, and it's just totally too much for him to handle, because there's always too many people in his life. Holding back time, money, and energy, over isolating in another world. His world's been turned around, pretending not to see or know about messages that he's been receiving. Holding back passions, overwhelmed by it all, trying to find peace, giving up the battle, in need of an opportunity with the Empress and or abundance. So it could represent the feminine, it could represent his mother or somebody else in his life. But then it's all about the new life or offer of money with the Queen of Cups, where the Queen of Wands is in the way, clearly in this read. To come together at the workplace to get moving on a fresh start, to balance and share the King of Wands shaman and his abilities, or child's abilities, or the King of Wands and one or two children, or the King of Wands who passed away, leaving an inheritance to his children, or sharing psychic learnings, emotions of love, and messages of unconditional love. A spark is all it takes. Ready to move in to a fresh new life, the Queen of Cups and Knight of Cups. After ending a group at work with the King of Wands, Leo, Scorpio, or Libra, and King of Cups, Pisces, Sag, or Virgo, and there could be a Leo, Aquarius child as well here. So at work with these people and a child or children who are adults who are acting like children, or people who work there who the Divine Masculine might see as his children. The Queen of Wands could be Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, Aries, or Taurus as the karmic person. But remember, in the underlying energy, she was sneaking around with the Queen of Wands reversed, which definitely could come up for somebody specifically where she's actually gay and has been with her partner this whole time. But that could also be a friend, or it could be kids sneaking around, okay? And it's just 54, 45, so I keep getting those single digit off reflections. So 54 is the Page of Swords, and then the 45 is the Five of Cups. So it's all about the grieving energies, you know, not wanting to leave something behind, feeling conflicted about leaving something behind, just or clinging. They just don't want to let go because it was their comfort zone. But it's about grieving. It's also about regret and loss. It's about grieving someone's death. And then you have the Page of Swords, which could be a news or a message or a child. So there may have been some message that came in, or it could be immature communications that they're grieving. Okay, because the Page is immature communication. Or getting a really small message when wanting a really big one. So it could be grief over a lot of different things. But that's the energy that was just coming up, and now it's 55-44. And 55 is the Ace of Swords, the truth, and 44 is that Four of Cups, which is grounding and integrating. It's the mastering of all of your emotions. Could be feeling sorry for yourself, or not thinking this offer is good enough for you. It's not wanting to settle. So all those energies are coming up around this. It's just, it's hard in the read like this because a lot of the addictions energies that people are giving up are coming up, so it feels a little bit negative. I want to show you the pictures from the read before I forget. These came up in the shuffle. Alright, this is the general read. And then here's the, that was just some cards I was messing with. Okay, here's the, and this is the final read with all the cards. Okay, so anyway, just, you know, when reads come up like this, where it's spirit bringing out all the types of addictions that people are dealing with, that's what comes up. But there's a lot of people in this situation, so it doesn't have to be your divine masculine or their karmic. It could be all the people that's around them. It could be their kids giving them problems, or they may not have any kids. But like I said, there's a lot of people in the masculine situation right now. All right, so I'm going to pull you some oracle cards. Let me know if you have any questions below. Please comment, share. Thank you guys all for your likes, shares, comments, and what am I missing? Whatever it is, you know the game. And please, if you need anything below, my email and my website are below in the details box, along with a lot of my information from my website, or you can go to my website. I'm going to get right into the oracle cards now, see what's coming up here today. Okay, it's a little bit heavier today. Okay, we have the Ascension deck. And like I said, I'm going to make up the illustration of pies in an orderly way online, so that it can be very structured, so I can go step by step with you, and I'll just show you the visuals while you'll hear my voice over it, so you can understand. It's very important. It's important. It's very important because from what I was getting about pi, I mean, it's like the key to everything between the pi and the cross. And then that safety pin that came up, I love the visuals they give me to explain things. It's pretty cool. Take a deep breath, guys. Clear and align. Alright. Today is March 17, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? We're going to pose this to Jesus and Mary Magdalene again today. What is it we need to know? What is it we need to learn? Okay, this is the first one down, is Saint Germain here. Number 34. We got two more here. Now let's see what else they wanted me to bring up. That's it. Right, is that it? Nope. Is that it? It's the whole deck. It's just for number reasons. They want me to count a number. Hilarion is number 46 at the bottom of the deck. That's the Six of Cups, the children in the garden. The affirmation is, I open myself to the wisdom and guidance of Hilarion. That's the underlying energy, and 46 is a 1. I always forget to say that because I never think of 46 as a 1. It's like the softest of the ones. Because 1 is a very strong energy. It's very selfish. It's, you know, tunnel vision. Saint Germain's 34. 34 is that 8 of Wands energy of heated exchange, passion, quick movement. We also got here fire, which is number 13. and the Sphinx, which was important too. I was getting to, Sphinx is number 20, the Judgment card. But when I was reading this earlier for something else, I was getting a reference to the Chariot card, because this Chariot always has the Sphinxes as the wheels, right? And I was getting that, and you know how the Chariot is very forceful, charging forward, that the word charge is very significant for the Chariot card, okay? Whether it's charging and using your credit card, but it has to do with that safety pin energy that I was telling you about. The recharge of the feminine charge, that can definitely relate back to when it's reversed. It's because the masculine needs a reboot. Because the feminine needs to charge from the central sun. She needs to connect and meditate or spend some time out in nature, okay, and ground herself. So that's kind of cool that that came up. So let's see what we have here. We have Saint Germain, which is he's the transmuter for sure. Transmuting all these heavy energies today. It was just 60. It's just 1010101. There we go. The high vibration 010101. Saint Germain transmuting. You are a natural transmuter. All you have to do is walk through this world and you're transmuting negative energies. But think of how much more you can do by putting your intention on that and clearing the waters and nature and all that kind of thing when you're just out walking. And for other people, of course. So we have the 13 of fire, which is the death and the transformation, which was definitely coming up as very significant in the masculine's read today, allowing that transformation to happen through transmutation. And then 20 is the judgment of the source, the zero, supporting the 2 of the divine feminine, the high priestess, her psychic abilities. So it's so much of fire and transmutation here, and then judgment. Final judgments made, like in one swoop, going whew, and just clearing everything out, you know? That's the energy I'm getting here. Could have to do with just the endings, but it's the full moon energy. There's a lot of culminations going on here. If you end up coming together with your masculine, there could be a fail swoop there as well. Let me count the cards that came up. 1, 2, 3. The first 2, by the way, were air and sun that I counted. 1, 2, 3. They were 12 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Alright, so perfect that this is 21 because I want to bring up the completion of whatever's going on. You know, the full moon is bringing to a head completion, but then we have 3 more, so it's coming up to 24 again. They both mean the end because 24 is Omega, the 24th letter of the Greek alphabet. So 21 we have the end as the world, and completion, then 24 is coming up as the end. So this full moon is a karmic end because we have no ending. We're perpetually creating. That's the co-creation. We are infinity. We're never ending. But the karmics situations are coming to a head and ending here with the Queen of Wands and the 21, the world, the end. Okay? And by the way, 21 is a 3 of that coming together or falling apart energy, the third party, where the Queen of Wands becomes that third party then. I'm going to read Saint Germain, but not the other 2. So I have all the number energy. I still have to get through the other cards. Saint Germain is Lord of Civilization, cooperates with Archangel Zadkiel to transmute the lower energies of the world in the violet flame. He is a great alchemist and magician who transforms that which no longer serves into something beautiful and light. Your guidance is to invoke Saint Germain, surround yourself in his violet light, and see the divine perfection in whatever or whoever you wish to transform. Your pure intention and focus can co-create with his energy to make miracles happen. Use this to help yourself and others to ascension. The affirmation is, I believe in my ability to create miracles. Okay. So we're definitely coming up on these culminations with the full moon. Now we have the past life deck again. Alright, so again, this is March 17, 2019. For everyone watching, in the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? This is to Jesus and Mary Magdalene, please. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? The highest good of all is concerned. Anything else? Okay, okay, so the bottom is the farm. That's it. Okay. This one too. Okay. All right. Whoa. All right. So the bottom is the farm reversed, which keeps coming up reversed. Okay. Because the energy here is not peaceful and simple. I just got a horse is a horse, a horse is a horse. So that's coming back about Mr. Eggs. That came up yesterday. He's not just any horse. He's Mr. Ed. I love that. The talking heads. The talking horse head. Oh, and now I'm seeing butts too. No more BS. No more talking heads and no more BS. That's the underlying energy with this full moon clearing. The first card that came up by itself is again this biblical reverse, which came up yesterday, which is about no more hard work. It's about only loving what you do and following your guidance, going with the flow. Allow your happiness. A little bit break. Okay. So, also it reminds me totally of it usually reminds me of the 8 of Pentacles, but today it's reminding me of the 4 of Wands with the 4th leg. So the 4th leg is still being built for your union energy. He's still creating the connection for the 4th leg to go on. But it's not working. He's trying to figure out the connection, but it's not working. But it has to do with things going on in his life as well. The work connection. So it's not working because maybe something trying to create change what he's doing for work, and it's not working, so he's not ready to come forward because he needs to have something full. He needs to ground the housing before he can come in. That's what it's bringing up. So just a little challenging, and plus the full moon energies are crazy right now. Alright, so the next 2 cards that came up are Egypt reversed and authority figures. So this moon is ending our Egyptian Atlantean timelines. The gavel's coming down, but this gavel has all the sparkles around it. It's divine timing. It's like the closing of the gate of Egypt and Atlantis, the pyramids. The pitchfork energy I'm getting. I usually get the kite. I'm not really getting the kite here, although that could be an energy that comes up here. It's reversed. It's definitely, instead of a kite, it looks like an X, like the X. The X is out of here, is what it's saying. There's either divorces or court settlements, whatever it is. The gavel's coming down, and it's final judgment. Final judgment. A lot of cards here, so let me get through the other ones. High priest or priestess, the arts, that's reversed. The high priest or priestess, the arts is upright, and then Asia reversed. Show you these. Okay, these 3, just so you can see the middle card a little more. The arts and Asia. So there's 3 different colors. One's a little bit more peachy, one's more neutral, and one's more pinky. And that was interesting. I was getting soft colors earlier. What did I mention? Pinks, yellows, and blues, like just soft pastels were coming up. Be gentle. Be gentle. So the Asia card, which is a really stern, harsh Asian culture type of energy here, covering, you know, being really confident and sure of yourself, is reversed. It's saying no, no harshness here. Be gentle. Be gentle. Guitar strings and piano. Soothe the savage beast in this full moon energy. I'm getting, don't try to take in the moon, the energies under this moon. Like it's saying, don't do something ceremonial under the full moon to try to get in more of the energies under this full moon. Because remember what I talked about the artificial light from the moon? And this is it's very potent for whatever reason it is in closing this gate around Atlantis and Egypt. But it's saying, you know, very much about the arts. Focus on the arts. Don't focus on your high priest or priestess. Don't focus on being stern and confident. Focus on being artistic. I'm not going to say any more than that. It was just 1-11-11, okay? Use your creative abilities right now. Don't worry about your psychic abilities and being confident. Be soft and creative. Play music. Allow your loops to unfold. And your connections to be made. Soften your grip on your hold. And your thoughts about how you're going to be played. Let go of any notions of what you thought it might be. And just be. Creative. Just be. Soft. Okay, then these two came out. Wisdom is reversed and trust and faith. Okay, that the sun will break through when you least expect it. But your angels are always there, so don't worry. If you need them, call on them. If you don't, don't. Be careful with this full moon. Like I said, this brings out the false light of the masculine. So that means you're feminine, you're masculine side too. It's bringing out the false light. That's why it makes people explode in anger, because those are the lower energies. It's saying that you are not wise in these energies. You are not wise in this full moon energy. Let the sun break through when it's supposed to. Don't force the issue. Don't count on your intellectual wisdom right now. Count on your trust and your faith, knowing that the sun will break through, and your angels. Oh, and there's... The unicorns are saying, and hey, what is that about the horse's head? So funny. Alright, they're so funny. Like horse's head. What? Wrong way. Horse's head. Horse is a horse, of course. I think someone's horse may have passed away. And whoever that's for, that they're with their angels and with their unicorn friends. And they are very sad to be without you too. I'm getting Planet of the Apes, and I don't know why. It's really random. It was just 11444. It's 114. 14 is Temperance, is the angels, as we're looking at the angel, and 1 is the Magician, and 44 is Mastering. As I lose my voice, Mastering the angels and the temperance. It's saying your magician abilities are not there right now in this full moon. They're weakened. You're not wise. Don't play with your magician embodiment right now. Be your angel and master all of your emotions, your thoughts, all that kind of stuff. Master ground. Be creative. Do your arts. Trust and faith. Okay? And look at the sun. It's beautiful. I took more pictures today when I was out. I might show you something. And then we have karmic relationship is upright. All right. It's just saying that this full moon, this was kind of like an afterthought coming out of the deck. It's just bringing up that this full moon is for dealing with karma. Okay. So no worries. Let's see what card we have. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 is also 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so 3, 6, 9. And 9, of course, is all about selflessness and compassion, but also endings, which this whole theme has been about endings. We have 9, we have 21, we have 24. It's all about endings with this full moon. It's very strong. Oh, it's saying, yeah, don't, here it's, instead of, I was getting the energetic loops, but it's 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, which means you're going in circles. You're not going anywhere, because you keep going back to the same place. You're not going 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, like that's a loop. That's where you're going forward. Here it's just going around in circles. You can't get anywhere in this energy for this full moon. It has to release first, so let it be. We're supposed to be like going with the wave right now. Don't try to force any issues. Be creative and be still. Allow them to say goodbye to their karmics. I was just getting. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. I'm going to do Romance Angels. Let's see here. Okay, so Romance Angels. I'm not Romance Angel. Journey of Love. Beautiful diamond light. Okay, so again, March 17, 2019, for everyone watching, and the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Jesus and Mary Magdalene. Take a deep breath, guys. That's it. That's it. Okay, the choice is the bottom of the deck is number 62. Okay, and it was all about the choice yesterday that came up, so it's reiterating that as the underlying energy going into what they're going to tell us. It's 62, which is the 8 of Swords, as being in that mental prison or being in a real prison. Okay, so when you have to make a choice, you put yourself in a prison, so they're saying surrender it to the divine, surrender it to God, surrender it to Source. When you're feeling bad, say, give it away, which they're telling you to do. We have burning, the breaking I think came out first. Number 65, the breaking. So the breaking down of you is good because, it releases all the crap, the dirt that needs to be vacuumed up, remember? We have 65 is the King of Pentacles. Burning Heroes, number 3 is the Empress. So we have the King of Pentacles representing the masculine, and the 3 representing the feminine. And the third card is 33, God Speaks. 33 is the Christ vibration. Let's see how they look here. So it's saying with the breaking, it's like let the masculine break. That the Empress is the burning hero, and then this is how it is. God speaks. So we're just going to let it be the 3 cards. There's nothing specific about it except for the 3 is abundance and Empress and Trinity and all that kind of stuff. It's all about the 3 and the choice. All right, third party situation, there's a choice. And the choice is the prison. So it doesn't matter what the choice is, it's just that you make a choice. Just like when we brought up contraception, I think I said conception by accident once yesterday too. When we brought up conception, it's not about the choice that's wrong or right. It's about having the choice. That's what's important. So when you use contraception, you're not giving source a choice or yourself a choice. You're taking that choice away. So it was saying yesterday with contraception, not to use the contraception, but there's not, that divine is not deciding whether or not to keep your child or not keep your child is right. It's about the expansion energies. It's not saying, I'm not saying that people should have abortions. I'm saying that God is saying the choice is a different thing. It's about going with the flow and following your guidance. So of course, Source isn't going to guide you in that way. They may and may not, but it's saying that it's more important the choice, not the decision that you make. But to let go of, see, ultimately we're letting go of the choices that we have. Because if the choice becomes your burden and you go into a prison, if you let yourself free and surrender that, then basically God or Source, Creator, Divine is saying, don't worry, I'll take care of it. The universe guides you. Okay? So, I'm going to read the breaking. Alright, so the breaking says, did I show them all to you? I just want to make sure I did. Burning Hero, I did, okay. And the breaking, here it is again, just as I'm about to read it. It's 122:44, which is the Fool and mastering the leap of faith, have faith. The breaking is that you're breaking apart. You might not understand it at all. There's not so much to be understood, but the simplicity doesn't mean it's easy to endure. You may worry that you're going too far, that you may not recover, or ever come back together again. But what can you do? Can you hold back from the divine love that calls you, that lures you to becoming all that you are, to remembering your divine nature? Well, you could try, but for what purpose? Temporary rest before the storm at best. So take the rest if you need it, then dive into the storm. Let yourself be brokenhearted by the divine so that you can become your truth, become all that you're meant to be. It's better to have the heart broken so that it grows than to be brokenhearted by thinking that you must protect yourself from love. This oracle brings compassionate guidance and spirits connecting that no matter what sadness or anger, despair or frustration that you may feel, you're being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine, as it strips you of that which would keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It's going to be the making of you. And so it says love. Love is a special closeness that sings from the heart, that warms my days and nights, that feels good, that makes me smile, that makes me glad to be alive. Okay? So it's in a sense also this is telling you, when you feel like you want to die, that's not love, right? Because love makes you happy, it makes you feel good, it makes you smile, it makes you glad to be alive. I'm going to, maybe I'll end up reading, let's see how long that one is, 3. I know it's long, but you can turn me off if you want to. Alright, I'll read all 3 of them because actually they're not too long. Burning Hero says, from the transformative fires of life's tests, you emerge now stronger in self-belief, overcoming self-doubt and fear, and shedding the layers that have held you back from burning as a naked flame of divine love. Can you perceive the coolness fast approaching to soothe your fire-weary soul? Peace is coming to you now, a respite from the fire before you are ready to burn into love again. This intensity of fire exists in relationship to cool serenity, and you're capable of experiencing both. Your inner fire has pushed you forward, and your creative self-expression will manifest into the most beautiful forms. This is assured. You burn bright now, and it'll be the cooling of your soul embers that replenishes you and inspires you to new creative depths and heights in due time. This oracle brings you a message. From the heart of your labor, sweet success will arise, and you can act now as if that success has already been made manifest. It is only a matter of time before it is so. From that success, new levels of experience and creative manifestation will take place. You're in a powerful creative cycle of intensity and serenity, dancing with each other throughout your heart, like the sweet relationship of day and night, night and day, day and night. That was coming up yesterday. This cycle yields great harvest. Offer yourself in contribution to the greater good, and your harvest will not be only of earthly delight, but of heavenly blessings too. The poem reads, always, feeling your love in every cell of my being, I open my soul, becoming one in your embrace. How rich the moments shared, I savor every one, and even when apart, your love envelops me, with knowing we are complete. Together like a new day, we are reborn, or we are born. And then God Speaks is 33. All right, God speaks. The divine is speaking to you directly. Underneath the silence, there's an endless music of love pulsating throughout the universe. Within that sacred sound, there is guidance. It may or may not have words. It might be a feeling in your heart that you can only access when you're still, relaxed, dancing, or in yoga practice, or even half asleep. It assures you that behind any struggle or challenge, there is only ever the divine seeking you out, calling you to surrender some fear or doubt or other, so you can move closer. Trust in the sound of love beyond anything else, for in truth, no matter what may appear to be, there is nothing else. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being loved into becoming. Be open to being shown the divine genius in all that is happening. If you feel you're being nudged, know you're being nudged by the divine. If you feel you're being held back, know you're being held back by the divine. All is happening perfectly for you, and all will unfold in divine timing. The divine is speaking to you. When you are captivated by the beauty of nature, or an illogical sense that everything is okay, listen. That's the divine talking to you, reassuring you that all is unfolding according to spiritual law in perfect cooperation with your own destiny. And the poem reads, when the first sound was born, the air was filled with fantasy. Like the flower's sweet perfume, alive in the moment, there was nothing else, only the energy coursing through my body and the tears on my cheeks. I was carried away on the strings, each note striking a chord within, and answering with the emotions of my soul. How priceless the surprise, how powerful the memory to be with the violin when it sings. And the violin came up in the read today, because it's very high vibrational, the music of the violin. Okay. So just enjoy the creative arts, listening to that music. Maybe listen to some violin or some dolphins, some dolphin sounds. But just allow yourself to cry with the beauty of the music. Allow yourself to cry with the beauty of the message of the movie. Allow yourself to cry when your twin sexual energy comes in and it makes you sad because you miss them. Allow yourself in this full moon energies to release and just be and just go with it. Either way, you're not falling back. You're just going in part of the loops that we go through. Okay? So don't worry either way. Let me show you real quick. So out again, the moon keeps being out. This was the moon today when I went out jogging. Pretty cool. You can't actually see it that well usually. The sun and the moon looked really big today. And this is one of the pictures I took on my jog just a little while ago. And this one too. Okay, really pretty, huh? Alright guys. Rise and be love. Be good to yourselves. Bye.